Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gilles. I come back to return to speak about spirituality. For spirituality is really the energy of the spiritual is really what fueled not the chaos that is going on right now, but the motion towards the light. And for the experience of free will is a long time experience that's been going on here, and we're almost at the end of it. It's not done yet, so it's still like anybody can do anything they want. But when we move into the higher realm, into a higher level of consciousness, then we do no longer need free will, for we have the will of love and the will of wisdom. And so it is all part of what is unfolding. For its will, for now, it's like everything's completely going in all direction. We'll discuss briefly certain ideas about the matrix and what's going on, but it's really not. What's really essential is that we find this inner peace, this inner light. We continue to cultivate a connection to the source before the great event, so that we are ready to ascend when it will happen. The past is creativity. Here, you also use creativity, but it's actually the card of, in the tarot, traditionally, is the Empress, is the card of the receptive. It is the great Mother Spirit. So it is not to get lost in the details. Some details are important, some details are unimportant. You can do not get lost in the details, basically. That's what life has been showing us. And right now, the fruits are ripe. They're about to fall down. And it's a lot of work. And what's coming in the future is the end of isolation. We've been in quarantine in this planet. We've been in quarantine in our physical body. Sometimes we feel, and so it is like by feeling the pain of that isolation, we are dissolving the wall. What we're working on now is the compromise. We need to compromise certain of our comfort zone in order to achieve the point of freedom that we're seeking, and that we will be in the state of innocence. So innocence will be coming. For innocence is when forgiveness comes in. For we are innocents. We just learn. We're going through a learning process. And so the danger in the future may be to let go of the guilt, which is the labyrinth of the mind, the sense of the they're gonna keep projecting those very dreadful fake news and so on, and to make you guilty. So there's no need for it. Is only karma that's been expurging, no matter what it is. And we of course we want to create a society where everybody can be free and healthy and abundant. But we're moving towards that, and then what we're gonna what we're gonna learn is, when we let go of the guilt, is just to go with the flow. There is a flow in the universe that is very slow. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's fast, but it's really we're just learning to go with it. Only God knows when, how things will reveal and unfold. There's so much that needs to be revealed, but the mainstream media have lost complete credibility in relation to the people that are awakening. For in France, we have all kind of scandals, but the mainstream do not even talk about it, because they're like something in America. The mainstream media is completely lost credibility in relationship to all kinds of affairs, and so. For it's like, in a sense, to appoint a federal judge, a Supreme Court judge that does not know the difference between a man and a woman, is completely, well, it serves their agenda of trans, there's no more gender, when you 6-year-old children, do you want to change sex? Do you want to learn Spanish? Or so you want to learn Spanish or French? Or do you want to change sex this year? It's like they're completely insane. There is no other way to differentiate men from women. If you're XX chromosome, you are a woman. If you're XY chromosome, you are a man. You can do all the surgical you want. It's like it's your identity, your choice of life, your pattern, your imprint. Yeah, there's special cases of people that are so confused they need to, but I'm not judging them. But let us not make that the standards. It's like all those liberal media are completely insane and with their policies, but people are awakening. So for they're really expert in manipulation, and for we want to return to a world that is working for the people. And for the European Union, that are showing very, very low value, but all their empire is crumbling because of the Ukraine, because the Russians just dismantle all kinds of power centers in Ukraine. And so we want to return to peace. But the work is like amazing work that needs to be done, and not to go into the propaganda of like for those all those who have supported the propaganda will be called accomplices if they didn't know what they didn't know, but some of them knew and still promoted this agenda of fear, war, and but there were some there is all kinds of things that are that are unknown about what's really going on. For this planet has been parasited by all kinds of parasites. There are certain beings even that are not real human beings. They're like snake beings that are camouflaged in front of humans. We want to send them back to where they belong. So when you see them, but protect yourself against that. Do not be fooled. And for they draw energy from people. They're like vampires of energy. They are everywhere. There are people. They have infiltrated every family, every organization. There is also a need in France. We're very implicated in nuclear energy, and it's very important that first we turn off all those to denuclearize, because there is certain negative beings that work through those radioactive energies called the archons. They're like all demons it is their frequency, and they want to make the world a completely a radioactive world, so they will be dominant there. But we need to demilitarize the planet and to denuclearize the planet. It is important. Those are two things that needs to be done. And even if in France we turn off all those power plants consume more energy than they produce. There's just this surface technology. The engineer believe that they're working in a power plant when actually they're just controlling the grid of the planet through negative vibration. So they could be turned off. After that, we'll have to learn how to transmute the waste, which is very, very toxic. But first, it is very important to turn off all the nuclear plants, and if we redirect the energies of the more natural plants, there will be absolutely no shortage, because those power plants consume energy more. They produce a little bit of energy that they receive, but they don't really produce it. They redistribute it to fake we're useful. But we should have known that it was. For they place those power plants on the nodes of the planets, so they can to prevent the awakening, the ascension, but it will not happen. But anyway, just send love and light, violet fire, surround all those places with the whole planet with violet fire. It will transmute it. It will confine it. The highest wisdom is the unfinished symphony. What it is within ourselves that we need to complete. What we need to do is to breathe. Just breathing will be enough. If we can let go of everything else and spend more time breathing consciously, which is not always easier said than done, what we need to do is going far to prepare ourselves. It is the beginning of a new cycle, but it is going to be a long road ahead, and the outcome will be the message in the bottle. For the message will be coming, we're going to receive all kinds of messages, and we want to follow the signs, follow the guidance, follow the messages. And to trust the greater plan, and to trust that God has a plan for you and has a plan for the planet, and this is what will happen. And so I was going to talk about cosmology, but I forgot to talk about it in the French video, so I'll talk about it in my next video. Just an interesting image that came in terms of cosmology, for what we know of the cosmos and ourselves is really. It is a matter of humor in the universe to say how little we know about ourselves and the universe, but great discoveries will come. Well, thank you very much. If you like this video, to like, to share, to comment, to subscribe. If you want to make a donation, I left a link below. And if you want a private session, you can send me an email. I'm going to finish with a song, just to finish in music. It's a romantic song that just took a bit of a random, but it's very romantic. It says, when you find love, you're like in heaven. Love is the most powerful force in the universe, as we know. For anybody who's felt love knows that it is really what we seek, and everybody seeks love, even the dark souls. It's just the way they go about it. It's like completely outside of line, and so eventually the will of God will correct all those things. So trust, faith, and be prepared for celebration of this freedom. So and continue to contemplate you can contemplate the scene, but for it is important to participate, to put light into situation. Whenever something crosses your consciousness, even if it's on the screen, you have the power to send light into it. Light is transdimensional, is not limited by space, matter, to all of that. So just continue to work from within. So I'm gonna finish with this song. It's called Heaven. Oh, thinking about all our younger years, There was only you and me. We were young and wild and free. Now nothing can take you away from me. We've been down that road before, but it's over now. You keep coming back for more. Baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, it isn't hard to believe we're in heaven. Oh, once in your life you find someone who will turn your world around, bring you up when you're feeling down. Yeah, nothing can change what you mean to me. There's a lot that I could say, but just hold me now, 'cause your love will light the way. Baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I find it hard to believe we're in heaven. Yeah, love is all that I need, and I found it here in your heart. It isn't hard to see we're in heaven. I've been waiting for so long for something to arrive, for love to come along. Now our dreams are coming true, through the good times and the bad. Yeah, I'll be standing here by you. Baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I'll find it hard to believe we're in heaven. And love is all that I need, and I found it here in your heart. It isn't hard to see we're in heaven, heaven, whoa. You're all that I want, you're all that I need. That song, I think, was Bryan Adams, Canadian singer, if I recall correctly. So, for love is what we seek. So just seek to attract it more than run after it, of course. We're going to run. It is our nature. Love is our nature. Become the love and the light. And then but there's this magnetic attraction for it's getting better year after year. We're becoming more conscious. And the card of the day is the 8 of Raphael. It is about crossing across the bridge, letting go of all those things that we give value to things. She has all this treasure chest, and then but the cat is gonna follow her across the bridge where there is Raphael that's waiting for her to cross the bridge. So it says the best is awaiting you. Do what you know is good for you, spiritual quest. So continue to follow what you know is good for you. Do not listen to anybody else. Do not fall prey to all of the media drama is interesting, but do not become involved in fueling in any way, shape, or form the negative prospect. And even when you feel like there are some very negative beings, if you can think of just sending light into the situation, sending light into them, for the light will reveal the truth. It will accelerate the process. And if people send fear or hatred or all kinds of things, that will continue to reinforce their power. When the light and love to negative elements, let's say, that will reveal the truth and bring them into the consciousness. So it is a useful process. I thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Adonai.